When Renault first announced its intentions of doing a sub 4 meter MPV for the Indian market, that announcement was met with a lot of apprehension, especially since sister concern Datsun hadn't quite impressed with the Datsun Go Plus. But when the final product actually came out in the form of the Triber last year, all those apprehensions, all those reservations were put firmly to rest. The car proved that a sub 4 meter MPV could be done and could be done quite well. The Triber offers a healthy set of features, 3 rows of seat with a reasonable amount of space for 6 to 7 people, and flexible seating. Now though, Renault has found scope for improvement. What they've done is added an automatic transmission to the Triber in the form of an AMT, and we have the car with us and we're going to tell you all about it in today's show. In terms of the way the car looks, nothing has changed except for the addition of an Easy-R badge to the rear, denoting the presence of a 5-speed automated manual transmission. Inside, the only changes are the new gear lever and a tweaked MID relaying information pertaining to the gear selected to the driver. The features list also remains the same, which includes an 8-inch touchscreen, manual aircon, air conditioning vents for all rows, and a lot more. The 5-speed AMT pairs with the 1-litre naturally aspirated 3-cylinder petrol motor that produces 72 bhp of maximum power and 96 Nm of peak torque. For the most part, the gearbox handles the task of shifting up or down pretty well, especially when driven the way most regular users would. In fact, shifts from 3rd gear onwards are actually quite smooth, and the Triber will keep most users fairly happy with the performance of its AMT. Shift actions in stop-go traffic are a little jerky, and with aggressive throttle inputs the gearbox does take its own sweet time to shift up or down. But that shortcoming can be glossed over, since this isn't the sort of car most users will be trying to win a traffic light Grand Prix in. The Triber AMT is meant to make your life easier in the dreaded rush hour traffic plaguing most cities, and that's something it does well enough. Renault has also incorporated a creep function, so releasing the brake in D makes the car move forward without any throttle input. The creep function also helps hold the car in place if you come to a stop on an incline. While the engine does suffer from a weak low end, the mid-range is strong enough and the gearbox does a fine job of keeping it in the right rev band. Manual mode lets you take control of gear shifts, but the only time you'll probably feel the need to use it is while driving uphill to keep the gearbox from shifting up midway through a climb, resulting in a loss of momentum. Compared to the manual variant's claimed figure of 19 km per litre, the Triber AMT has a fuel efficiency of 18.29 km per litre, which is a small price to pay for the added convenience of clutch-free driving. As before, the Triber impresses with its suspension setup, which does a fine job of tackling our far from perfect roads. While the steering is light and easy to twirl, something buyers in this segment will appreciate, it doesn't seem eager enough to straighten out on its own. The introduction of an AMT for just 40,000 more only adds to what was already a very compelling package. Sure, the engine could do with a little more power, and AMTs aren't the most refined form of automatic out there, but their cost effectiveness takes precedence over the shortcomings, and rightly so. Besides, most buyers are likely to be first-time users of an automatic who wouldn't have been spoiled by the smoothness or refinement of a torque converter or the responsiveness of a DCT, so they are unlikely to find a reason to complain. The Renault Triber AMT then gets a thumbs up from us.